Well, good evening. How did we have a meeting on watching a television set? Well, we'll get to that in a minute. My name is DEENICE Rhodes. My mom, Mildred Rhodes, is right there in the audience. And my nickname is DYNAMO, the digital dynamo, in the relentless pursuit and taming the technology tiger. It has been mentioned, I'm also on the DTV coalition, and they meet once a month where the founders are the FCC, the NTIA, the NAB. I can tell you what all those acronyms are later. And it's been stated there's probably about 4 or 5 million digital converter boxes in the United States. I think that might be a little problem. So that's something that's being addressed. With the new administration, there has been, I went to an FCC hearing last week, and I thought I was in heaven. I just don't know what to say. We have been struggling so much to try to get information to Americans so they know what to do in a timely manner. And one of the biggest challenges we had was this little card. Everyone, the government, to subsidize this big transition, gives this card. Who has gotten this card already? All right. It's a $40 card, and it is actually got a swipe on the back. They call it a coupon. The reason why it's called a coupon and not a card is that there was a commerce person who decided that these would be coupons because he used to work for Kellogg's, the cornflake company. So 2 years ago, he said, well, cornflakes put 90-day coupons in the boxes. Well, we'll make these 90-day, which kind of caused a little problem because we ended up with about 16 million expired cards because 90-day is not long enough for people to make a technological decision. You're trying to figure out how to get to work in the morning, how to get food for your kids, how to take care of the bills. It's hard to wrap your brain around a television set right now because it's never happened before. We don't have any history of what this would be like. If I asked you to hook up a VCR, most of y'all would probably know how to do it, whether you're a senior or not, or at least know how to use the remote control. Is that correct? So this is brand new, hopefully. This is brand new. So having put all that together with the coupon cards, we had a waiting list the last couple of months of about 4 million. And once the new administration came in, they got working on it and started mailing out the cards first-class mail because they were mailed out third class. So by about another week and a half, all 4 million cards will have been dispatched. And now they're working on the expired cards. We have 16 million Americans whose cards expired. Guess what? I'm one of them. I was so busy helping everybody else that in November, my cards expired. It can happen to anyone. And I'm not a procrastinator, and I don't put things off to the last minute. But again, it's about all of the other daily activities that you have to do every day. It's hard to wrap your brain around a television set right now. So what they're going to do in about 2 weeks is that if you have an expired card, anybody hearing that, be proud. Yes. Okay, if you have an expired card, you will be able to go back online or call into the 800 number, and you will be able to reapply. And instead of it taking about a month to a month and a half to get the card, it's taking now about 9 days from the time that you give your information to getting it, which is phenomenal. So now we just need to make sure that we have enough boxes to handle. In Washington, D.C., I talked to the person at the NTIA that handles the coupons. In December, of all the African Americans in D.C. that ordered the coupons, 25% redeemed them. So we have some work to do. So we need to get more information out. And again, it deals with what's going on in your life right now and where do you put the priority. One of the things that, I got these from CVS, they work so well. One of the things that you need to understand, and I think there was a question about how are you going to get these boxes connected. Well, we're going to show you that right now. Our nonprofit decided to do something unconventional. We decided to go out for almost a year now and start hooking up people's boxes for free. We didn't have any funding. I didn't have any funding. But we decided that we needed to go ahead and be proactive you know, there's something that my pastor always says, you know, you be strong in the small things and let everything else work itself out. So we decided to be diligent. And we consider it to be a moral responsibility because we did not want to see any seniors left in the dark because they couldn't hook up the boxes. My peers can't hook up the boxes, and some of them are IT professionals. So if you don't understand it, don't feel bad. It's not as easy as it might seem. It will get easier as the months go on. But our nonprofit actually goes out to multi-dwelling units, and we do a presentation like we're doing today, and then we help them get their boxes. And then we come back in with a team, we call them digital assistant team members, and we go into the homes that want us, and we hook up their boxes for them. And then we give them about a 5 or 10 minute orientation, because after you hook up the box, you got 2 remote controls. One for the old TV, don't change it, keep it on channel 3, and then one for the digital converter box. And then you have the issues of the antennas. And in fact, the FCC has been writing quite a bit about the antenna issues. There are antenna issues. Digital is not perfect. You will get pixelation. You will lose some channels. You will gain better reception. It's going to take time. And I just don't want people to have their expectations way up here because this is a new modality. So it's going to take a little time for it to get there. So you may find that when you set up, if you're in a multi-dwelling unit, apartment building or assisted living or a group home, that you may get 25 channels and your neighbor may get 14 different channels. That's digital right now. And they're working on that. They are addressing the signal issues so that, remember, you get good reception, that's the picture, but the digital signal is a lot different than an analog signal. So you will find, has anybody had this experience yet where they may have noticed that maybe you've missed some channels, channel 22? That's why when you get a digital converter box, make sure you get a box with a, say it louder, pass through. Think about passing through town. When you buy your box, and most, I think all the retail stores right now have digital converter boxes with a pass-through. If you don't have that box and you hook it up, the low bandwidth channels that have not had an opportunity to get all the digital things ready yet, they won't be able to pass through that box. So this will allow you to still see the channel 26, channel 32, channel 22, and so forth and so on.